Well, all the things I've been asked to do. Snooker Loopy nuts are we, me and him and them and me. We'll show you what we can do with a load of balls in a snooker cue. Pot the red and screw back for the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black. Snooker Loopy nuts are we, we're all Snooker Loopy.
Hello and welcome to the Kit Kat Snooker Loopy podcast. My name is Tom Mayhew and I'm joined as always by my very, very good friend. It's Mr. Maximin. It's Joe Hannard.
Well, a very good evening, Hazel. Good evening, everybody at home. Welcome back to the Snooker Loopy podcast, the Kit Kat Snooker Loopy podcast. Apparently, I would absolutely love to be sponsored by Kit Kats. They are indeed my favourite chocolate, Tom.
Are they really?
They are, yeah.
Well, there we go. If Kit Kat do want to sponsor us, I chose them because they sponsored a snooker tournament in the 80s.
They did. Yeah.
It was called like the Kit Kat Break of Champions or something like that.
Yes, very good.
And I thought for this podcast, Joe, because there's not too much snooker on at the moment. There's only really the Championship League, which isn't massively exciting. So I thought
Championship League.
Is that what it's called? Championship League or champion? Is that what?
No, it is the Championship. It just sounded from my end like you said Championship, as in like you were trying to keep the sponsorship going. So champion.
The McCain Championship League.
Yeah, very good. Part of the Home Fries series.
Oh, I'd love that. They should do that, mate, because they've had some bizarre sponsors over the years, and I thought this episode we could maybe sort of delve into some of the weird, either like sponsorships or advertisements or things like that. So
yeah, very good.
For this episode, since our sort of relaunch of Series 2, we've done sort of both an audio and a video version of the podcast. Now, these do have slightly different lengths. If you're someone who's looked on a YouTube channel, you might go, why is the YouTube one a bit longer? That's just generally because when I'm editing the audio, it's easier to make it a bit tighter and get rid of bits where there's and ums or bits of silence. So it's just a bit of a tighter in terms of the audio, but it's basically the same stuff. And for this episode, I'd maybe recommend watching the video one, because me and Joe are going to watch a few different adverts and a few different things that involved snooker players over the years. But before that, Joe, I think we should talk about my favourite piece of snooker sponsorship, because do you know much about the 2005 Masters tournament?
Well, I know that I think that was perhaps the year that Ronnie beat John Higgins in the final, I think, but I don't know anything else.
Do you know which People's Champion he beat in the semi-final that year?
Was it Jimmy?
Jimmy who?
Hendricks? No, White.
It wasn't Jimmy White, Joe, because for that tournament, Jimmy White was sponsored by HP Sauce.
Oh, so he was Jimmy Brown.
He legally changed his name by deed poll to Jimmy Brown.
Well, Tom, you know what? I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Did
so
you
that
not?
is no. I knew the story. I didn't know it was related to the 2005 Masters. So
that tournament, the 2005 Masters, HB Sauce sponsored the Brown Bull. I don't know why they did that, and Jimmy legally changed his name to James Brown.
So on the scoreboards and stuff, was it Brown?
No, it had to be White because it was the BBC, and if they'd put Brown, it would have been a sponsorship, which they're not allowed to do.
Okay.
But Jimmy did write a letter of complaint because he went, "My name's Jimmy Brown. I want you to call me Jimmy Brown," just because he was sponsored by. And he wore like
Has
a little
he
brown...
changed it back since?
He has changed it back since, but he did wear a brown waistcoat.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Why don't they talk about this every week?
I know. I wonder if any of the BBC teams spoke about that at all.
I'd love to know. We'll have to. If anyone knows if they did, they must have done. Surely.
You would have thought so. You would have thought
But
so.
yeah, they called him. His name was legally Jimmy Brown for that tournament. He did say if he won the Masters on the trophy, he wanted them to write Jimmy Brown. And he said if he won the Masters, he went, maybe if I win the tournament, I might just stick with it. So that could have been a completely different history.
Oh, Jimmy's always been a bit of an optimist, hasn't he? You know, thinking that he had a chance. I mean, he got to the semi-final, I guess, but, you know, thinking he had a chance of winning the Masters in 2005.
He got to the semis. He got to the semi-finals.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
And he
had
was
a semi going.
He got a semi powered by HP Source.
Oh dear.
But I love that story. I find it really. I mean, why don't we do this now? Why isn't Hellman's Mayonnaise going to sponsor Jordan Brown to become Jordan White?
Jordan Mayo.
Yeah. They should do that.
Yeah, oh, that would be brilliant. Who else could you have? I can't think of many other sources out there.
Ketchup.
Yeah, but who's going to be ketchup?
Oh, I don't know. Who begins with a K? Ketchup.
Kendrick. Jensen. Ketchup Kendrick.
Yeah, Jensen Ketchup Kendrick or Crafty Ketchup Ken.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cracker.
Every time he pops a Red Bull, he gets some ketchup out and just eats it on his own.
Oh god, yeah, maybe that's his drink on the side.
There was an article I read about Jimmy White, and it said that he was sponsored by HB Sauce, and they said, and he's wearing a new brown waistcoat, which could be useful if at one point he celebrates by guzzling HB Sauce.
Oh, I'm really glad that was the reason they were saying that it would be useful.
Are you implying that he would defecate all over himself for some reason?
Yes, I was thinking of a different word, but yeah, that one's more family friendly.
You were thinking of another word that we could not broadcast on the BBC.
Yes, yeah. Although it has been broadcast many times in snooker commentary boxes.
True, that's very true. Famously, John Virgo once said, when's this going to end? Because he wanted to go see the Man U match or something like that.
I think it was, yeah.
Jimmy can't work in these conditions, famously. But he can work as Jimmy Brown, apparently.
He can, yes, yeah. I mean, you would have thought that the conditions at Eurosport were a lot better than the conditions of his contract for HP Brown Sauce sponsorship.
I wonder if they called him Jimmy Brown on Eurosport, because they'd have their rules. It'd be fine to call him Jimmy Brown.
Yeah, but the scoreboard they use is also a BBC one, isn't it? So
that's very true. But yeah, there we go, Jimmy Brown. I quite like
there you
that. I think we should bring it back.
Yeah, come on, Jimmy. Come on,
They can
Jimmy
definitely
Brown.
get him much cheaper nowadays, right?
I would imagine so. Although I think Jimmy White still thinks he can win the World Championship, so maybe not.
But yeah, there we go. So that was one thing I found about sponsorship. The other things I found, because I was thinking about how, the other things we've talked about in the past, like how Pucker Pies sponsored the UK Championship, and the champion got their weight in Pucker Pies.
Yeah.
Which Ding Junhui was delighted about, I'm sure.
Well, he was delighted, and so were Pucker Pies, because they were a little bit worried that Stephen Lee might win it, and it would very much cost them a lot more money.
I bet they were ecstatic, really, weren't they? They could probably make a pie that Ding Junhui could fit in because he was quite young. He was probably fairly small. They could have made a giant pie and put him in it.
Yeah, that sounds like another job for your Banksy. Putting Ding Junhui in a pie, the Ding pie.
Here we go. We've got to make the Ding pie, and if we can make a Jimmy Brown, a HP Sauce bottle with Jimmy's face on, that'd be beautiful.
Yeah, and very topical as well. Houses of Parliament and all of that. You got to tune in for our Snooker Loopy election special.
Yeah.
No promises.
I think that would be a record low number of listeners, John.
Well, I don't know, Tom. I think your party might win this election. So
my party, what the Tom Mayhew party? We're going to be
running Raven Looney party.
We're going to run in all the constituencies across the country. We're going to do very well for
the
ourselves.
Snooker Loopy party.
Yeah. What would our policies be? That's a good thing.
Oh dear. Well,
Make
it'd have
Dennis
to be
the queen.
based around among yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, and black, and red. I suppose.
Dennis could be the queen. I think that could be one policy.
So we're just gonna oust King Charles and put Queen Dennis in.
Oh, and here's the queen coming out. And evening, Hazel. Evening, everybody at home.
Yes, very good, very good.
And the king could be Mark King.
Oh, controversial, Tom. You keep giving Mark King good publicity, and people were not happy the last time you did this.
You're right, mate. You're right. We can't possibly ever have a controversial member of the royal family. It just wouldn't do, would it?
No, not at all. Not at all. But anyway, we should get away from that and get back to your sponsorships, Tom. I'm excited to hear what else you found. No. Don't bring Andrew Higginson into this.
Well, what I found, Joe, I found a number of adverts from years gone by, back when snooker was a much bigger thing, and I thought we could watch them, and then as part of the video episode, people can watch them with us, and then we can have a chat about them. Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool. So I've sent you the links, and the first one, it's
yes, I've got the first one up here. So I will switch to our secondary camera now, so people can see the advert. They can't see us anymore, but they can see the advert in the background.
There we go. And shall we give it a play?
Let's give it a play, Tom. So 3, 2, 1.
Can Hotshot Virgo sink a box of new KFC Hot Shots in 20 seconds? Oh, brilliant shot. Look at that. Crispy chunks of chicken breast with a hot and spicy taste. A plant.
Crispy
Final
chunks
piece.
of chicken
No,
breast.
bad luck, John. Proof there's nothing hotter on the table than Hot Shots from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Well, I mean, that was a very interesting video, Tom, of John Virgo. Chunky or crispy bits of chicken breast or whatever it was saying. I mean, it's probably the least related advertisement for KFC I've ever seen. Like, why on earth was what was John Virgo managing to do? I mean, they had the plant. I thought, oh, we're going vegan here, plant-based. 30 years ago, but
far too early for that in '92.
Far too early for the vegans of this world, I think. But very, very interesting. But at the end of the video, Tom, it came up with Joe Johnson's "Everlasting Love" as a suggestion. So there you go. There you go. I don't know whether that says anything about KFC's audience.
Oh, I see. Because they're called Hot Shots, these KFC things.
Ah, right, okay.
And of course, Virgo, very famous for his trick shots, his hot shots, I suppose.
I get it.
So that would be the link.
Yeah.
But would they? Do you think they do like a Happy Meal toy? It's a little toy John Virgo.
I'd love that. That would join my Kellogg's Stephen Hendry and Dennis Taylor figures.
I don't think they did. I don't think KFC did many toys, but we might be able to find maybe a signed picture of a John Virgo eating some chicken or something. I don't know.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But very interesting start, Tom. And I feel like you've probably started with the most normal one, so I feel like this is going to go completely nuts.
I mean, probably. That was JV. We got a start of JV. The next one, it's more than one, actually. It's like a compilation of adverts from... I don't know, I need to check this, actually, before I say it. It'll probably say... Have you got it open? Does it say in the description what it is?
It says it is... Oh, no, there's no description, I'm afraid. Just says snooker players in the K-Bird commercials. That's all it says.
Hey, that could be KFC, I suppose. K-Bird.
Could be. Shall we give it a watch, Tom? I've got it up for the viewers at home. So this is our next one. Snooker players in the K-Bird commercials. Do you have any background at all to this one, Tom?
I mean, I was just looking around YouTube as I do, and for somehow I found this. I don't know. I mean, say somehow. I've wasted so much of my life clearly watching snooker stuff on YouTube, and I found this video of snooker players in the K-Bird commercials. It was uploaded in 2011. I think it might be, presumably a Chinese advert that has different snooker players in.
Okay.
Possibly sort of, I guess, around 2011 or 2010. We might be able to see on the videos, I don't know. And they're more sort of comedic videos of the snooker players. So it would be something that would fit on our channel, really, I think.
Probably, yeah.
A number of them back to back. So this is 2 minutes 49. And how do you want to do this? Do you want to watch them all and then comment, or do you want to take it?
Yeah, no. Let's watch them. Let's watch them all, and then we'll do our general review. So, I've got it ready. Let's go.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Graham Dot.
运动欢乐就好。
I wasn't expecting that. Oh god, this could take a while.
运动快乐。 运动快乐。 运动快乐。
Injury.
This was his first go at YouTube channel.
What?
运动快乐。
Maybe this is where the action figure came from.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, Jamie
Yeah.
Cope.
运动快乐就好。
Yeah, Jamie Cope. Must have
Well, very good, Tom. I'm going to come back to our dual camera setup. I mean that was awesome. I have no idea what they're advertising. Surely not KFC. I don't know, but
Clearly, they're advertising Kung Jong Fula.
what do they have against Anthony Hamilton? All of these players were absolutely hammering him.
I don't know why. Literally, as you say, I was expecting Hamilton to be doing an advert later on, but no, they've just got Ebden's beating him, Hendry's beating him. Hendry's beating him even when he falls over. Ebden's doing the moonwalk for some reason.
Yeah, Ebden disappears into a basement under the snooker table. You know, it was all very, very bizarre. It really it was bizarre. And why was What was the scene with Mark King chipping the cue ball at the referee? That was really bizarre. And then the whole cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
What was that about? I don't know. Maybe if we have any Chinese followers, then perhaps they could enlighten us on what on earth we've just watched. That was brilliant, Tom. But nice to see Graham Dott in there and Jamie Cope. You know, Jamie Cope's one of both of our favourite players, I think, from the bygone era. So, good find, that one. But they're all an era of that sort of 2010 place, wasn't it? So,
it's a Chinese sports brand, K-Bird, apparently.
Oh, okay. Still makes zero sense what they were doing.
That would be like your snooker players doing a JJB Sports or Sports Direct advert.
JJB! Oh, goodness me. That's a blast from the past, Tom.
About this era, it must be about 2010 if it's got Jamie Cope. I think we can maybe date it based on when he was a top player.
Yeah. We're just like the experts on the Antiques Roadshow, but for snooker players, so we can go, Well, we've seen Jamie Cope in there, so circa 2009, 2010, I think.
And how much would you value these adverts at, Joe?
Priceless.
But, I mean, who has thought we're going to do some comedy snooker adverts? And they've got in Mark King, Peter Ebdon, like Graham Dott. They're not the first people you'd think of, but did they just start at Ronnie and work their way down the rankings, do you think?
Yeah, well, I just, don't understand. Just a weird selection of players as well. You know, Mark King, Peter Ebdon, Jamie Cope, Graham Dott, Sean Murphy. Just, Hendry, bizarre.
Well, Dott, Murphy and Hendry make sense as
world champions.
High profile, former world champions, I suppose. But
Ebdon, I guess, as well. But
that's true. That's true.
But well, what else have you got in store?
I've got one more advert, Joe, and this is from back in the day. This is an advert probably from the 80s, I think. I think I read 1984. It's for Carlin Black Label. It's got John Spencer, Terry Griffiths, and Len Ganley, former snooker referee.
Okay, right. I've got that up for you. So let's get going. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
John Spencer now having to cue over the green ball. And what a disastrous stroke. And the referee's none too pleased either. Well, that's most peculiar.
I bet he drinks Carlin Black Label.
You ask him. Uncompromising referees insist on a pint that's brewed to give a fuller flavour than any other leading lager.
Well, I now think the whole Chinese sports brand that was a bit of a rip-off of an old advert there, Tom.
They definitely nicked that sketch with say sketch. It's someone chipping a snooker ball off the table and hitting the referee in the balls, which is funny. It's a timeless gag. We can establish that.
It's weird, but we've got to love it. We got to love it. No, thank you very much, Tom. I can't recall ever seeing any adverts with snooker players, if I'm honest with you. You know, I'm half expecting Dennis to be the next person to sponsor AXA Sun Life over 50s plan.
He would be good at that, but there must be more adverts with snooker players.
And you get a free Parker pen just for inquiry. Hazel. Now, me and Hazel have been discussing when I pass to the next world.
We could do it. I know we could do it. So I'm just watching, Antiques Roadshow or Dickinson's Real Deal, and then, it's going to the advert break. Oh, what's this? What's Dennis Taylor
Antiques
doing?
Roadshow adverts? What year are you living in, Tom?
I was trying to think of something that
Defund the BBC.
No, I'm watching the Antiques Roadshow repeat on yesterday or whatever it's called. It's
Okay.
and it's got an advert break, and here's Dennis Taylor, and he seems to be just sat in a park for some reason.
Hello there. Hazel, good evening. Have you ever thought that you're going to pass to the next life and you need your funeral taken care of? Need a little bit of leeway in your life savings? Well, you can sign up for Sun Life Over 50s plan and you'll get a free Parker pen just for inquiry. Now that is a cracker.
Yes, I want to sign up. I can't wait till I'm old now.
Well, the problem is Dennis will probably be dead by the time we're 50, Tom.
No, he won't. He won't. He's going to be there. He'll be on the advert and he'll be going, you better watch out for the DDK, the dreaded
DDK.
Death kiss.
Oh, God. Death kiss. Oh.
He'd be good.
Dennis's death kiss.
Mate, if we see Parker doing this advert and him with the pens, we need a cut. We need to sue them if they copy it.
Yeah, it'll be just like how the Chinese sports company stole that gag from Carlin Black Label. But go on then. If you were to rank those adverts 1 to 3, which one is your favourite out of the 3?
That's interesting. Well, because the Chinese one, there were so many adverts in one. And I liked the sort of creativity of it, but I would probably go JV one.
Okay.
Then I'd go for the K-Bird ones, and then I'd put the Terry Griffiths, Len Ganley, Black Label one in. But I enjoyed them all. Yeah,
me too. I'd probably go for the Chinese K-Bird one first, just because it was so random. And then I'd go JV, then the Carlin Black Label.
But I think the Black Label one must be iconic because I literally saw it like yesterday. It was on Facebook and someone had shared it as on one of those random kind of vintage British adverts, and it had like 200,000 views. Everyone was going, I remember this advert. I remember Black Label and Len Ganley and stuff. So I was like, oh, this must be actually, before our time, but it must have been a massive kind of advertising.
It's funny,
back in the days of 4 channels, so a lot of people would have seen it.
Yeah, I seem to recall recently I seen a Ken Doherty advert actually for the National Lottery.
Really? No,
like an old one. Yeah, I've got it here.
Oh my god, this is great.
I will send you it on Twitter because it is on Twitter, but I'll get it up for people at home when they're while we're waiting, basically.
If anyone's got any other adverts that you remember, do let us know, because I'm sure there's literally going to be tons that we can't possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. But I got it up. This is credited to Bayswatch. I don't know if you follow them on Twitter, but they post old archive footage of all sorts of bits and pieces. But yeah, this one in particular is Ken Doherty advertising.
Didn't Bayswatch used to be a thing on the WST channel? Wasn't that a feature they did?
It might have been. I'm not sure. Not sure.
Thing. Sorry, go on. You say that again because I interrupted.
Yeah, so he's advertising a National Lottery scratch card, and I think it's just after he won the World Championship. So yeah, just really bizarre. But I've got it up ready whenever you are, Tom. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I hate losing. People say it's all about participation. It's not really. You have to win. I used to dream about it all the time, but I never actually thought it was going to happen. The adrenaline is like rushing around your body, your heart is pounding, your palms are sweating. Scratch 1, 2, scratch 3, yes. 10 quid in a winning streak card. Beautiful.
Winning streak. Play to win.
Fantastic buzz.
There you go. There you go, Tom.
I love seeing him in his little pajamas in the morning.
Yeah, sorting out his snooker-themed coffee table.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant, mate.
There you go. There you go. I'm glad I've been able to contribute to it, Tom. So there you go. There you go.
We should say we don't endorse any of these products. We're just enjoying the adverts. I've never tried Card Black Label. I can't say whether it is nice.
Does it even exist anymore? I don't know.
Presumably not, because it clearly caused a lot of violence, because the referee crushed that ball.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. No, I mean, KFC, obviously. I've had KFC before, but can't endorse any of the other things. I've never tried an instant win national lottery scratch card, whatever it was called.
I don't think they exist in the same form nowadays.
No. But there you go. There you go. Good finds, Tom. Good finds. And that's not even cue the laughter, everybody.
No, it's not. One of the joys of there being no snooker is we can just do deep dives into random nonsense, and there's a place for it.
Yeah.
Shall we jump into cue the laughter then, mate?
Okay, cue the laughter. Let's go for it.
Today's cue the laughter is, again, it's on the sponsorship theme, because I thought let's do a sort of I had a slight theme in my head, and I was like, let's go for that. Cue the music is completely unrelated, but cue the laughter is basically, at some point, Highland Spring sponsored the World Snooker Championship.
Okay.
And because of that, there were little cards printed that are literally just snooker players holding up a bottle of Highland Spring and gurning at the camera.
Right. Oh,
and
dear.
They're utterly bizarre to look at. I found a few of them on eBay. The only one that sold was Ronnie, and someone's paid 30 quid for this.
Right, okay, I'm going to get it up now. So Tom sent me some links earlier. Oh, here we go. Right. So we've got Marco Fu. So let's click into Marco Fu here. And, very, very proud of his bottle of water there, isn't he? I mean, they're hand-signed, to be fair. But there's no way for you to know that that's a snooker player.
Well,
but it's a postcard.
The
it's a postcard. Yeah, I guess so. But he could just be a waiter.
Stephen Lee used to be the cheapest one.
So we got Ken, we got Stephen Hendry, Drew Henry, Billy Snadden, Darren Morgan when he's got hair. Goodness me, this must be an old one.
No, Nigel Bond when he's got loads of hair. Look.
Wow. Yeah, he does have a license to thrill there, doesn't he? And then you've got Stephen Lee. Looks a lot slimmer there, doesn't he? Good old Stephen.
It even says Highland Spring on their waistcoats.
Yeah. But to be fair, that's a full-size bottle next to Stephen Lee. That's how giant he is. And then what I love, Tom, is that underneath it says results match in fewer words. Highland Spring still water 24 times 500 ml. I can go and buy some Highland Spring water and some spring onion seeds. 700 seeds. There you go. £1.89. Bee bombs, wildflower seeds. For Grandad Flowers, Balls, Wildlife. There you go. Oh, a Snooker Freak polo shirt. What's this?
So you've got distracted here, Joey.
What's this?
These are not official Cue the Laughter products. Joe has gone on.
They're not. No. I'm going to stop scrolling now. Although there is a Willie Thorne snooker player and Jim Bone comedian original hand-signed 2005 card. Sportsman's Dinner. There you go. Very good. Right, okay, you did send me a second link. Is that the Ronnie card?
That's the Ronnie card that someone's paid £30 for.
Okay. Let me see.
So these are postcards, right? So I imagine that means when Highland Spring was sponsoring the tournament, a bit like the Kazoo umbrellas, I imagine they were giving out these postcards for free.
Yeah. I mean,
It's such a weird bit of merch. Who would want that? Go, do you know what I want? I want a snooker player holding a bottle of water.
Considering I've got a signed Ronnie O'Sullivan snooker ball, that doesn't look like Ronnie O'Sullivan's signature. So,
really?
Yeah, really. So that's. I mean, obviously it's different signing that, and I guess he was a lot younger when he signed this, but
I wouldn't blame Ronnie for refusing to sign it himself.
Yeah. But how bizarre!
Ronnie, can you sign a picture of you holding a bottle of water? I wouldn't blame him just passing it to his mate and going, write my name down, mate. I can't be asked for this.
I mean, this is one thing I am in no way tempted to buy, Tom. So, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. You've shown me a lot of good things in the past, and well, yeah.
I presume they must have done the top 16 as well. You would have to presume, right? Like,
yeah.
And was Billy Snadden even in the top 16?
I'm not sure.
No, he wasn't. His highest rank was number 24, so they might have done the top 32. There might have been 128 of these cards. I don't know. I have no idea.
There might be a Dennis Taylor one knocking around somewhere. Who knows?
Oh, no, because you would buy that one, wouldn't you, Joe?
I mean, it doesn't seem to have any... there's no... doesn't seem to be any description of it, so... Yeah, all very, very bizarre. I mean, Billy Snadden.
Well, that's the thing about obscure snooker merch, is that lots of the things we find, because it is so niche and obscure, it's very hard to actually find any information at all. Like, I've no idea really what year it is. I know that Highland Spring was around in maybe the mid-2000s. It might have been around then, but I don't know what year it is. I don't know how many of them there were. I don't know if they were given away or whether they were sold. I don't know whether they were just given to the press. So I've absolutely
I'm
no idea.
going to say it's probably about 2000, and it's Hendry's hairstyle that is getting me. And Ronnie looks really young. That's what's getting me. Otherwise, I'd have said it was mid-2000s. But
I'm just going to quickly Google Highland Spring World Snooker. I wonder if anything comes up.
I mean, you can't really use Crafty Ken as your reference because he's always got a baby face. I mean, Darren Morgan's still got hair. That's probably a bit of a telltale sign.
Okay,
I mean, maybe it was 97, 98.
Well, there's a thing in 2010 that says Highland Spring have been the official water supplier to all of World Snooker's professional tournaments for over 15 years. So they've been part of it since 95 to 2010. Or,
yeah. I don't know when Marco Fu turned professional. That's another thing to look at. He's probably the youngest player of the lot, isn't he? So.
I mean, this is interesting. Highland Spring, they had a £1 million deal with snooker in 2006 with 15 of the leading players, and all 15 of them would wear the brand's logo on their waistcoats.
Wow.
They clearly love snooker.
Yeah. They don't do it anymore, though. It's some Chinese water company now, isn't it? But I mean, Marco Fu turned professional in 98. So Marco Fu, so it must be 2000.
There's no date on the back of the postcard, is there? It doesn't say anything, does it?
Oh, it's a good question. Let's have a no. Don't think so. No, I can't see anything.
No, I don't think it does.
I suppose the best thing to look at would be the bottle itself, but it's not quite high res enough, I'm afraid.
But you want to get an expiry date on the bottle.
But I mean, put it this way, Marco Fu didn't reach the quarterfinal of the World Championship until 2003. So, who knows? Who knows, Tom? Maybe they were done at different times. Maybe they weren't all done in the same year.
Well, they did it 1 year, and then they went, that's gone so well, we've got to do it again next year.
Yeah. Well, very good find, Tom. That's an absolute cracker. I can't say I ever expected to see that. So, yeah.
Neither did I, mate. And I did saw it, and I just went like, what?
Bonkers.
Like, as if you'd go to the Crucible, you'd pick up a postcard with Billy Snadden and go, I'm going to send this back to a relative from the Crucible to go, I'm really enjoying the snooker. I've got this postcard with Billy Snadden and a bottle of water.
But the plot thickens because his last appearance at the World Championship was 2001. So maybe it was 2001 because Marco Fu did play in that championship. He lost in the first round, but maybe that was it. Maybe they just picked a random selection of players there.
Well, they could have. I mean, they might have done all 32. We don't know, I suppose, because we can't. Yeah. There's no record of this anywhere. We need Dave Hendon to find out this stuff out.
Come on, Dave. Come on. No, but that's a great one, Tom. So thank you very much for that. It makes me worry what Cue the Music is this week, though.
Why?
If it's following the theme.
What, of being utter crap?
No. Following the theme of sponsorships and adverts. It makes me worried that somebody's done a song for HP Sauce.
Oh, do you think they have?
Oh, Jimmy Brown.
Oh, Peter Ebdon should do an egg advert or something like. Maybe not nowadays. He's probably banned.
Yeah, he wouldn't be allowed on the Snooker Loopy election special.
No, he wouldn't. He could hang out with Farage. They'd have a great time.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought, Joe, this is not related, to be honest, but I thought...
Okay.
We need to do it, mate. We need to do it. I don't want to, but we need to. We need to finally review Dominic Dale's most proud work.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
There's at least 2 videos of him singing My Way, Joe. I've picked that one because I think that's the one that Fionn watched
people
many
don't know
times.
How much it costs to live their lifestyle. Like, I asked you,
So it
how much
seems
you spend on
only
FedEx this month?
Yeah, I hope Fion's okay. We haven't actually heard from him since...
So, it's really important.
since that happened. So, perhaps he's stuck in a loop of watching Dominic Dale. Right. Well, in a Snooker Loopy first, we're gonna live react to this, Tom. I think the time has come. I've got it
really?
up for the viewers.
Oh God, I don't want to watch it.
Should we give it a go?
Oh, I've just got an advert for Ocado first.
Yeah, does it star any snooker players?
I think I saw John Higgins in the background.
Just walking his dog, yeah.
Yeah, he's just coming back from his spinning class, just...
Yeah. Right, here we go. Dominic Dale with his bleach blonde hair, bright pink shirt, having just won the Shanghai Masters. Are you ready, Tom?
No, but here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, this is my line, And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, but more, much more than this, I did it my way.
Well, the fans loved it, Tom. The fans loved it. He got a standing ovation. I mean, what was going through his mind that he thought the Shanghai press would be interested in him singing My Way? That's my big question in all of this, I think.
I don't remember him being so orange either.
Oh, well, 2007, it was a very different time, Tom. Very different time.
He looks like a blonde Dale Winton. It's incredible.
Well, it could be Dale. It could well be Dale. You know, he's called Dominic Dale.
Have you heard Dale Winton's song that he did about supermarket sweep?
I have not. I'm a bit concerned.
I don't think we can listen to it for cue to music, but it's an absolute banger, mate. But anyway,
I'm going to put Dominic Dale Winton as the artist for this one.
I did message Fionn earlier, Joe.
Okay.
And I asked him what rating he'd give it, and he said, "Hi Tom, I apologise to Dominic, but I can't give it higher than a 6," and open brackets. And that's even pushing it a bit.
Well, I mean, giving it a 6, I'm surprised Fionn was so kind, to be honest, because Fionn literally listened to that for hours upon end.
Maybe it's like Stockholm Syndrome. He's listened to it so many times.
He can't escape Dominic Dale, so he might as well marry him.
Oh, what a lovely... Oh, yeah, because Dominic Dale's new partner, Fionn, he's got to the World Championship final.
Oh, dear. Oh dear. But, you know, to be fair, you know, we have watched a lot of rubbish from Dominic Dale in the past. In fact, Dominic Dale is in 17th position with Green Green Grass of Home and 31 with White Christmas. I think his version of My Way, it's the one that I think of when I think of Dominic Dale singing. And
how often do you think of that, Joe?
Not very.
But, every Friday, it's Dominic Dale hour at Joe's house.
I think it's not half bad. I don't think it's too bad. I'm actually going to give him. I'm going to give him a 7. Now, just to give you a bit of advice on what you've given him in the past, you gave his Green Green Grass of Home an 8 out of 10, which is one of your best ratings ever.
Why did I do that? God, oh my God.
And you also gave his version of White Christmas a 6.
Oh, no. I mean, depressingly with Dominic Dale, there's probably loads more songs because they force him to sing so much at the shootout.
Yeah. That's the only reason he's still on tour.
I would give Dominic Dale singing My Way. I'll give him another 6, give him 6.
Okay. That gives him an average of 6.5, and it puts him level with Snooker Loopy by Dennis Taylor. Sad times for Dennis, isn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, Dennis.
Sorry, Den. You paid good money for that as well. And we only gave it that. But there you go. That's your cue the music this week. Hope it was worth it, everybody. I hope you come back sometime. By the way, speaking of people coming back, it was amazing. The last episode, by far our most popular podcast ever, I would suggest, in terms of how quickly it was viewed and, interactions on the video. Thank you very much for that, and clearly, people sticking around from the pop quiz and seeing what the podcast's about. So thank you very much for your support with that.
There we go, Joe. We've done it our way.
We've done it our way, haven't we? But we've got no fan mail to go through, or fan Zheng mail, as you like to call it. But there was a couple of comments on our last video. I don't know if you read any of them, Tom, but one of them was from Phil, who said, "Hey Joe, sending you lots of big love from Hazel Grove Snooker Club." So there you go.
5-0 Phil.
It could be 5-0 Phil. It could well be. It could well be 5-0 Phil.
It must be. Hello, 5-0 Phil. It must be you, mate.
It could be him. It could be him. We've also got Alok, who is commenting on an old one. He said, "Finally caught up. Thanks, guys. Most underrated and greatest moment of the last season was when Judd Trump got trounced. The moment he had to play somebody decent. He lost 10-3 to Mark Allen in the Champion of Champions." So there you go. And then we also had a comment from somebody called Justin Williamson, who commented on our latest video podcast where I had Ken Doherty's version of Snooker Loopy as our intro, and Justin Williamson commented, "Hi Ken, hope you were well. Met you at the Wishing Well in County Durham. It was great. Not sure if Ken is actually here. Hopefully he checks." That was a reply to his comment, and a reply to that. "Big fan. Although your snooker can be dull, brackets sometimes." and then another comment reply to that comment. "Love the intro, Ken. Some people say you're really boring. Not me. I love your dull personality / gameplay. Although people say I am uninteresting."
What? Ken's wonderful. What's this man all about? Delete that comment, Joe. How dare he? That's sacrilege.
I have to keep it there because this guy, Justin Williamson, genuinely thinks this is Ken Doherty's channel.
Why would you ever think that? It's got nothing to do with him in the channel name or description or.
I thought that one might tickle you, Tom. That one.
I don't understand why he hates Ken so much.
But he's a big fan, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
Who knows?
I'm not so sure.
He's a very hard person to read, is Justin. But yeah, it could be 5-0 Phil. Who knows? Could be 5-0 Phil.
I think it is, mate. I think it must be.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, there you have it, Tom. There you have it.
Well, I have got, Joe, some comments on my YouTube channel where we've got the players singing Snooker Loopy.
Oh.
The video of Dennis 7 days ago, Joshua Reynolds wrote, "Because I wear my goggles." That's nice.
I like it.
2 weeks ago, Hayley Williams said, "Wasn't he the bloke who said, 'cause I wear these goggles'?" And I said, "That's the one." And then Hayley replied, "Bloody hell, he's aged a bit, ain't he? But God, does he still have a bit of a nice voice."
Okay, there you go. There you go. He's aged a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been nearly 40 years. So.
And another comment on the Dennis video. One of the nicest people I've ever met. A comment on the Ken video. "Do you think you'll be able to get Ali Carter to do this? I want the Mr. Angry version." I don't think that's ever going to happen. But you never know.
I really do want that to happen. As much as we're not the biggest fans of Ali Carter, shall we say? I would like to see him give Snooker Loopy a go, and then he'll get roasted in our review, probably.
Someone saying Stuart Bingham's a lovely bloke on his video. Someone commenting on Gary Wilson going, "Top bloke. I still can't get over Hendry not doing it." Yeah.
See, true fan knows all of the ins and outs.
And that same person says, I still think Rob Walker's would be insane. He'd add in extra lyrics. He probably would do, let's be honest. He probably would do.
Yeah.
Someone saying they love Dennis. I'd love to have a pint and a chat with him. I mean, wouldn't we all? Evening, Joe. Welcome to the pub.
This is crazy how many people are getting involved on these shorts.
Alok said about Gary Wilson, I don't think anyone has given it as much energy and passion as Gary Wilson. Well, there we go.
I agree. I agree with that one. Yeah.
Hammer and Hannon on Ken's video put, evening Katrin, evening Rishi, evening Hazel.
It's catching. No, thank you very much for all of those comments. Well, we will re-upload those to the Snooker Loopy podcast channel as well, so that they're all in one place. And maybe if you're in a
video, all of them.
Oh, we could do. Maybe once we've got a couple more, then we can do it. Maybe we can do it in order of rating as well, from worst to best.
Once we've got a top 40, we should do a big video that's like the Snooker Loopy top 40.
Well, Tom, that was the 37th one that we've got today. Yeah, 37th one. So it ranges from Snooker Loopy by the Matchroom Mob all the way to Snooker Loopy by Big Bill Werbeneck 147 Pints Mix. So
that deserves to be bottom.
Yeah. And I know, Tom, just to end off the episode, I know you were trying to get in contact with Joe Johnson.
Yeah, I sent him an email.
Have you heard anything back yet?
No, nothing back yet, no.
Sad times.
And I sent a message to John Virgo on Cameo and didn't hear back. I'm trying, people. We're trying to get all these people onto the podcast. If anyone knows or can... if there's an official way of approaching these people, because they've all got like emails or other ways of getting in touch, but I don't always know what the best way to do it, or whether they even would be interested. I suppose I don't know whether Joe Johnson's ever done a podcast.
Yeah, I think he's done the BBC one before, the Framed podcast.
Has he? Okay.
Yes. There was a message, I think, from Aidan at some point. He said he was listening to Framed and Joe Johnson talked a lot about this Bradford track that he did. So
which we need to get. It's on CD, Joe. We need to track that down.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Well, I did say in my email, Joe, we're a big fan. Every episode we review a song related to snooker, and Everlasting Love is our favourite one, which is true, but I worry he thought we were taking the mick, which we weren't.
Probably. He probably took one look at you and thought, yeah, he's taking the mick. Everlasting love. What we should do, Tom, is if you don't hear back, we should do a version of us singing it and send it to him and say, we are big fans. Look, we know all of the lyrics.
Don't know whether that would help or not.
Anyway. Shall we wrap it up there, Tom?
Yeah, let's wrap it up there. Let us know below if there's any other snooker adverts or stuff like that you know about, or weird sponsorship stories. And the only other sponsors I can think of for snooker players that are a bit weird would be when Judd was sponsored by Burger King.
That was a whopper, wasn't it?
Very good, very nice work. And when Bingham was sponsored by Hot Tubs of London.
Yes, which then became Bingham's Hot Tubs.
Rightly so. But I can't think of any other weird sponsorships.
I mean, you always have players that are sponsored by some sort of plumber or random painter and decorator. But... yeah,
they're usually quite small, like local businesses to them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like Sheffield Windows and Doors or something like that.
Yeah. But no, do let us know, because it is quite a funny area. And thanks to Tom for finding all of that. And you know, it's good to have one of these themed episodes. We haven't had one for a while. We've been talking about snooker, funnily enough, for a long time. So it's nice to get back to some of these silly episodes where we just look at random stuff. And obviously, we've got other ones in the pipeline as well. So do stick around if you enjoy it, and let us know if there's anything you want us to review. If there's anything silly you found, please direct us to it. We would love to see it and include it on the podcast if we can.
Absolutely, and all that's left to say is it's good night from me.
It's good night from him.
Hazel.
Hazel.